Alrighty guys, we are going to continue on with our calendar mysteries of September sneakers. We're going to read, let's see. We are just going to read chapter 3 today. Okay, so just chapter 3, one chapter.
Yes.
Okay, then tomorrow we'll pick back up with chapter 2, or I'm sorry, with chapters 4 and 5, with 2 chapters. Okay?
Okay.
Chapter 3. Miss Terry's favorite colors. Bradley didn't know what to say. Why did Mr. Verret have a little green sneaker? Tell him, Nate said, giving Bradley a poke in the back. When we went to get Goldie this morning, she was gone, Bradley said. Mr. Verret looked confused. Goldie is gone? He asked. Gone where? We don't know, Bradley said, and we kept her aquarium in our barn all summer long. When we went to get her this morning, it wasn't there. Mr. Verret's face went from happy to sad. Who would steal a hamster? He asked. And look what the crooks left, Brian said. He showed Mr. Verret the green sneaker clipped to his book bag. Mr. Verret stared at the sneaker. He unclipped his key ring and showed the kids his little green sneaker. I found this on my back porch this morning, he said. Wow, Lucy said. It's exactly like ours. Bradley stared and blinked. Did they take anything? Darn right they did, Mr. Verret said. My favorite tennis racket was on the porch, and now it isn't. Oh gosh, there's a maniac in green lawn, Nate howled. Mr. Verret shook his head. It's probably someone pulling a joke, he said. Not a very nice one. We really want Goldie back, Brian said. We loved playing with her in your class last year. Yeah, my new first graders will be disappointed too, Mr. Verret said. Thanks for telling me. A loud bell went off and the 4 kids walked to the next room. A little sign on the door said, "Welcome to 2nd grade." Bradley reached for a doorknob, but the door was yanked open before his fingers touched it. Perfect timing, a voice said from near the ceiling. Standing in front of the kids was the tallest woman Bradley had ever seen. She looked like a basketball player on TV. She wore a green sweatshirt that said Boston Celtics on the front, and her skirt was long and orange, almost touching the floor. Her red hair hung in a thick braid down her back. She had blue eyes that stared down at the kids. The giant woman smiled. "Come on in. I don't bite," she said. The rest of the 2nd graders in class laughed. Bradley recognized a lot of the kids from 1st grade last year. I'm Miss Terry. In case you're wondering why I'm so tall, it's because I eat all my vegetables, she said. Now find a place to park, please. The 4 kids all found seats, but not next to each other. You know who I am, Miss Terry said to the class, but I don't know you. When I point to you, stand up and tell us your name and something interesting about yourself. She pointed to Julie in the front row. Julie hopped up. I'm Juliet Jackson, but my friends call me Julie. This summer, I learned how to swim. Well, almost. Can I go next? Bobby Arnold asked. Mrs. Terry smiled again. Of course. Bobby stood up. I'm Bobby Arnold, he said. My basketball got stolen last night. We live in on Blue Jay Way. I left my ball in the front yard and it was gone this morning. I found this right where I left the ball. And he held up a little green sneaker. Me too, a kid named Zach said. He held up a tiny green sneaker. Somebody took my bathing suit right off the clothesline. Bradley stared at Zach's and Bobby's little green sneakers. They were just like the one they'd found in their barn. Us too, Brian yelled, and he waved his little green sneaker at the class. Someone stole our hamster. Well, really, Mr. Verret's hamster. We were keeping her over the summer, and they left us a sneaker too. Someone stole Mr. Verray's hamster, Miss Terry almost yelled. That's just awful. Caitlin waved her hand. My grandma called me last night, she said. I gave her a flower for her birthday and she kept it on her front porch. When she went to water it this morning, it was gone. Goodness, Miss Terry said. Did your Grammy find a little sneaker? Yes, Caitlin said, and she pointed at Brian. Like that. It seems we have a sneaker mystery in Green Lawn, Miss Terry said. She raised her skirt a few inches and pointed down at her feet. Everyone in the class looked at her shoes. Only they weren't just any school teacher shoes. They were giant green sneakers.
It was her.
And they had orange lightning bolts on the side. So you think it might be Hurricanes?
Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see.
Is it a thing maybe her or a friend?
It could be. All right, we're going to stop there for chapter 3. We'll do chapters 4 and 5 tomorrow, and maybe we'll find out who it is sometime soon. All right.